Why does my food have to be eaten in the right order? So if you came over from the short, welcome. I'm really glad you're here. You already know my food apparently comes with an invisible instruction manual. But here's the part I actually wanted to understand. Why can eating something in the wrong order make an entire meal feel off? Nothing happened. The food didn't change. Nobody moved my fries. But my brain knows. And apparently my brain has opinions. So let's talk about it. Hi besties, I'm Cindy, the pink-haired therapist. And welcome back to Tiny Brain Rules, the series where we stop asking, why am I like this? And start asking, what is my brain trying to do for me? And today's tiny brain rule is, there is a correct way to eat this meal. Do I have written instructions? No. Could I explain all of these rules to another human being? Also no. But somehow, I know when I've broken one. Maybe your thing isn't food order. Maybe you don't like different foods touching. Maybe you have to eat all of one thing before moving to the next. Maybe you rotate between foods in a very specific pattern. Maybe you save your favorite bite for last. That's what I do. Or maybe you do that thing where you carefully calculate the final few bites so the meal ends with the exactly right food to sauce ratio. And if somebody reaches over and steals that bite, oh my gosh, relationship over. I'm kidding, mostly. But this got me thinking, why do some of these tiny food routines feel so important? And I think one really simple answer is, our brains like knowing what's coming next. Food already has a lot going on. Taste, texture, temperature, smell. Is it crunchy? Is it soft? Wet? Dry? Is it too hot? Is it too cold? There's a lot of information happening in one plate of food. And sometimes having our own little system makes all that feel easier. It turns, here's a plate full of different sensations into, okay, I know how we do this. And my brain loves it when I know how we do this. Think about your favorite meal. You probably don't have to stop between every bite and decide, what shall I experience next? Your brain already has a rhythm. Maybe you eat some burger, then fries, then take a drink, then burger again. That's my routine. Or maybe you're an absolutely finish one food before anybody touches the next food person. Neither one is morally superior. Although I'm sure somebody in the comments is going to strongly disagree with me. And that's okay. Sometimes it's not even about the order. It's about ending correctly. This one gets me because my brain can be very invested in the last bite. I don't want to end the meal with the mediocre thing. Absolutely not. The last bite needs to be so good. I'm not ending this experience on steamed broccoli when there's still a bite of something delicious sitting there. My brain wants closure. And apparently, dinner needs a finale. And this is where I think we sometimes make ourselves unnecessarily miserable. We notice something like this and think, why am I so weird? Why can't I just eat normally? What difference does it make? But does it actually need to make logical sense? Not really. That's something I've been thinking about a whole lot making this series. Because not every tiny brain rule is a problem. Some of them are just preferences. Some make things more comfortable. Some make things very much more enjoyable. Some give us predictability. And some are apparently responsible for ensuring that the final French fry is eaten at the correct moment. If it isn't hurting you, if it isn't stopping you from eating enough, if it isn't making your life miserable, maybe it doesn't need to be fixed. Maybe you just like your food a certain way, and that's okay. Now, that doesn't mean every food struggle should automatically be brushed off as a cute little brain rule. If food textures, smells, eating routines, or anxiety around food are making it hard for you to get enough to eat, get enough variety, or take care of yourself, that deserves more attention and support. But there's a big difference between I can't eat because everything feels impossible and I would simply prefer that you not put my mashed potatoes in direct contact with the peas. Thank you very much. And I think that distinction matters because I spent so much time of my life assuming every unusual thing I did meant there was something I needed to correct. Now I'm much more likely to stop and ask, Is this actually causing a problem? Because if the answer is no, I don't need to wage war against my own brain. That sounds exhausting. So, if your brain wants the fries after the burger, fine. If your brain wants the food separated, that's okay. If your brain has selected one specific bite to be the grand finale, protect that bite with your life. Sometimes working with your brain looks less like learning a new strategy and more like giving yourself permission to stop turning harmless preferences into character flaws. So here's your little tiny brain rules experiment. The next time you notice one of your food rules, don't immediately judge it. Just notice it and ask, what does my brain like about doing it this way? Maybe it makes the meal predictable. Maybe you like ending with your favorite taste. Maybe certain textures feel better separately. Maybe it simply makes eating more enjoyable, and that's okay. You don't have to turn it into a psychological investigation. Sometimes the answer can be, because I like it. That's allowed. Now I really want to know what happens in your house. Tell me in the comments, what is one food rule your brain considers absolutely non-negotiable? Do your foods touch? Do you save the best bite for last? Do you eat everything separately? Is there a very specific order? I want the oddly specific rules. Because I guarantee somebody is going to read yours and go, oh my God, I thought I was the only one. And that's why I love this series. If you're enjoying Tiny Brain Rules, subscribe, because we have a whole lot more of these little brain mysteries to unpack together. And if some of your tiny brain rules are making everyday life harder, that's exactly why I've been creating my brain first aid kits. They're full of practical brain-friendly tools for things like executive dysfunction, time blindness, RSD, anxiety, and overwhelm. You can find them on my website, linked in bio. And if this particular food rule is harmless and just makes eating feel better, you probably don't need a worksheet for that. Sometimes the answer really is just, this is how my brain likes it. And remember, some tiny brain rules need tools. Some need a little understanding. And some just need everybody to stay the hell away from your final French fry. Until next time, be curious with your brain.